when people build today machine learning pipelines or machine learning based applications, when I say application, I mean they don't use machine learning just for reporting and doing something along that line. They're trying to actually embed machine learning into their application. We see that building the machine learning models or the algorithms is really easy, but doing everything else is complicated. So you see that some projects that start with few weeks of POC end up with 6 to 12 months of deployment. And some of the reasons that those things take time is that the first step of development is relatively easy. You write some code, and then some people make it a container. Data scientists are usually not too educated on that space. You need build and make and all that. And then you're starting to hit scale. So you need to think about how do I scale out? And scale out requires distributed computing. And distributed computing comes in many forms, load balancing, sharding, partitioning, hyperparameter, et cetera. And then comes an aspect of tuning. Tuning means how do we turn things to more asynchronous, more parallel? How do we embed GPU support into those same code? How do we cache elements that we don't go over and over to a database? How do we tune our queries to be more efficient, and et cetera? And then we need to think about instrumentation. Instrumentation means like starting to do logging and monitoring and maybe versioning of our code and Git and all that stuff. And then eventually, once we got everything working, we wanted to make it repetitive, so we need to add automation. So CI/CD, workflows, pipelines, rolling upgrades, because things are running in production, A/B testing. So you see there's so much work to do where usually the first part is few weeks, the second part is a lot of months of many, many people. One of the things that we're trying to do we're promoting a bunch of open source projects, including this one, Nucleo and others, is essentially automate all this work of all those pipelines. And part of it is automate the integration of GPUs and dynamic allocation of GPUs.